I think we are. Yeah, we all good. Hallelujah. All praises, glory, and honor to the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten beloved Son, the Holy Messiah, who's currently sitting at His right hand right now as we speak. Long live the King. 2017 year of the push. I'm your brother Malachi Maccabee. I got my family here with me today. A beautiful wife. Two of my short leggers. Y'all say Yahoo.
Yahoo!
And say Yahoo, love.
Yahoo.
You know, and let's go over a few topics. You understand? Honor and Humility STL on YouTube. SECT of the Nazarene. MELCHIZEDEKmedia.com. Y'all go there, subscribe. Support. If y'all like what y'all hearing on Honor and Humility, y'all like hearing the folk tribe Israelite music, y'all subscribe, support us. We out here working hard to put this work out. Hebrew Israelite Radio Network, being mirrored in over 122 countries, over 800,000 listeners every Sunday, every first day of the week, Yom Rishon. So, hey, it's all praises. The work getting done. Today we're here to talk about the Shabbat, a little taste, and then the falsehood of an Egyptian ideology, should I say. Because a lot of our people on what's called a Kemetic high, believing in Egypt and the gods of Egypt, and as if the science of Egypt is going to save us as a people. You understand? And it will not. I don't know how long it's going to take y'all to get off that madness. But nobody's going to the books of Egypt proving anything or proving the condition of the so-called Negro here in America using the books of the dead or the Medic Netter. You feel me? The only place where it's found our condition, our doom, our soon coming redemption, all of it's in the scripture. What's called the Holy Bible, the Torah, the Tanakh, the new writings as well, which verified what's called the Old Testament, which verified the Torah and Tanakh and the life and walk of the Holy Messiah. You dig? So we're going to talk about the Shabbat a little bit today, because contrary to popular belief, the Shabbat or the Sabbath day, the seventh day of the week, has never changed. There's a misconception in the so-called church on Sunday. That's why everybody go to church on Sunday, because they feel that the Sabbath ain't Saturday no more, or Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. And of course, in Genesis 1, it said the evening come before the morning. All right, so the evening, Friday evening, is the beginning of the seventh day, all the way up into the tomorrow evening. You understand? Is the end of the seventh day. So we are in the Shabbat right now. All right? We're going to get up tomorrow. We're going to go to Shabbat class. You understand? We're going to get it done. We're going to study the scriptures, learn a little Hebrew. You understand? Do what we're supposed to do on the Shabbat, because it's a blessing. And what we're going to find out, the Most High gave it to us at the beginning. Let's go to Genesis, the second chapter. Genesis chapter 2. Y'all already there. Go to Genesis chapter 2. You're already there. Flip over. That's chapter 1. Go to chapter 2. Start at verse 1. We're going to read 1 through 4. Come on, I know you're going to read it. All good. Genesis 2, 1 through 4. You right there. You right there. See that number 2? Where that number 2 at? Right there. So for verse 1, you're going to read 1 through 4.
You want to talk about how to keep it?
Yeah, we're going to go into how to keep it, what day it is, and then you know how to keep it. A lot of people think you're supposed to be a robot during this day as well. It ain't nothing about being a robot. It's about resting and recharging. You know what I'm saying? No servile work, doing the work of the Most High, though. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? And showing how it's a foreshadow of what's coming. Because when we done with this Shabbat, we still off back to work on Monday. You feel me? So it's not an eternal rest. You know what I'm saying? So it's in preparation of what's to come. All right, so let's get Genesis chapter 2, start at verse 1. Let's read like 1 through 4, I believe it is. Matter of fact, start up the last verse, the last 2 verses of chapter 1, and read on down to chapter 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life.
Yeah.
I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so.
Every green herb for meat. The Most High actually gave the herbs for us to consume. You know what I'm saying? Also medicine for our bodies. The herb, the green herbs. Go ahead.
And God saw everything that He had made, and behold, it was very good.
Mm-hmm.
And the evening and the morning were the 6 days.
See, the evening and the morning. The 6 days started off in the evening of the preceding day. You feel me? Then the morning comes. Some people be like, why y'all start y'all Shabbat day in the evening? You know what I'm saying? Well, based off the model in Genesis, the first chapter, the evening comes before the morning. You know what I'm saying? Light comes out of darkness. Oh, that's the reason why. And then look, even in this so-called captivity, they tell you a new day starts when? At 12:01 a.m. But notice it's starting at night. You know what I'm saying? It's just, with us, it started 6 hours earlier. 6 hours earlier, you know what I'm saying? Around 6 p.m., 7 p.m., depending on the season. You feel me? That's when you're transitioning into the next day. All right? So now we get the end of the 6th day. Let's read about the 7th day. Go ahead.
Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts.
Yeah.
And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made.
Yeah, so he ended everything. So in the trip off this, it's only 6 days of the Most High working. Some people try to tell you it was other people that was made before Adam. And it says he finished his work. His work was done within them 6 days. Now, days of the Most High is 1,000 years according to the scripture. So a lot of us look at these days not as a 24-hour period, but 1,000-year increments of the world being made. You know what I'm saying? We look at it like a 24-hour period right now because that's all we know is a day. But I tell you, a day with the Most High is 1,000 years. Matter of fact, hold your spot right there. Let's prove it. Go to Psalms 90 and 4 real quick. I believe it is. Psalms 90 and 4. And then we need 2 Peter 3 and 8 as a second witness. Psalms 90. If y'all can't find it, y'all go to the table of contents in the front. Go to the table of contents in the front. Hold your spot right there. Like fold the paper down or whatever you need to do. Hold your spot. All right? Now, if you need to find Psalms, it's spelled P-S-A-L-M. Go to your table of contents. Right there in the front. Okay? It's right there in the Old Testament. Look for the page number. See if y'all can keep up. Alright? Psalms the 90th chapter. Psalms chapter 90. Yeah, Psalms 90 and 4. You found it? P-S-A-L-M. Yeah, what page is it on?
I got Psalm 735.
Look up page 735. Go to page 735. Flip through. All right, Psalms 90 and 4. Yeah, go ahead. Y'all ready? Try to catch up. Psalm 90 and 4. Find page 735. Find the page numbers, then find page 735. It's Psalms almost in the middle of the Bible. You looking at the page numbers? No, you not. What page you on now? See, the page number in the middle right there at the top. Look for page 735. What page is that?
This one is 567.
So you need to go forward.
Grab a handful of it. Where you at now?
I'm at 721.
Keep going.
Just a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Just a couple pages more.
Got to get up to 735.
I got 753.
Okay, now where you at? You in Psalms? Look at what the title say.
Yes.
Okay, you need to go to chapter 90. What chapter you in now?
I am in.
What chapter? Look, you quit flipping back. You in the bright book right now. Look, you in chapter what? Look at the chapters up there. At the top. You see the top?
Yes. In the middle.
No. What chapter is that? Psalms what?
Psalms 321.
No, it's not no 321. Psalms what?
32.
Okay, you need chapter 90. Flip over. You're going to have to go over more than that. That's one page. Okay, go ahead, love. Psalms 90 and 4. Yeah, I'll catch you up eventually. Psalms 90 and 4. What does it say?
For 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday when it is past, and as a watch in the night.
See, so 1,000 years with the Most High is one day. So when we get down to creation, you feel me? A lot of us go into how those are actually 1,000-year increments, not a 24-hour period. You feel me? Let's get a second witness real quick. 2 Peter 3:8. Y'all just going back to Genesis in the beginning, because we coming right back there. Just go back there. 2 Peter 3:8. Y'all hold y'all spot right there, okay? And we coming back there in a minute. 2 Peter 3:8.
But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing.
Yeah.
That one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And 1,000 years as one day.
See, so we now dealing with the Most High. One of his days is 1,000 years. People, he told Adam in the garden, this day you gonna die. People be like, well, Adam lived 930 years. God lied. Adam didn't die that day. Adam never lived a day according to the Most High. No man that ever walked this earth has said he lived 1,000 years. Nobody. There's nobody recorded that lived 1,000 years or one day with the Most High, which would make the Bible accurate. I'm talking about bring me somebody outside, not even outside the Bible. Bring me an Egyptian. They lived 1,000 years. Somebody from Kemet. You ain't got it. You feel me? The oldest man on record actually is Methuselah in the Bible, 969 years. Adam lived 930 years. But all of them died and did not live one day in the sight of the Most High. You see that? I just go back to Genesis, where they at. Genesis chapter 2. I want to show that because some people get simple. God did all that in 6 days. Well, you will respond, well, one of his days is actually 1,000 years. God lied. God told Adam he was going to die that day. No, the Most High didn't lie. Because one of his days is 1,000 years. He's eternal. He ain't on no time clock like you Negroes. Make sense? So one of God's days is how many years? 1,000 years. Okay? It ain't like today and tomorrow. 1,000 years with him. You understand? Okay? All right, now where we at? We back in Genesis, the 2nd chapter. We establishing the Shabbat. Yeah, what it say?
And on the 7th day.
Yeah, go ahead.
And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made.
Mm-hmm.
And he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made.
Yeah, he rested, meaning he ceased. He ceased to work. He rested. So there is no more creation after 6 days of creation. Some people try to tell you Adam was created on the 8th day. That's a lie. There ain't no creation on the 8th day. That wasn't Adam made on the 6th day. That was another man, a caveman. Nah. This man was given dominion, made in the image of the Most High. He named the animals. You know what I'm saying? He was the king of the earth, given dominion to rule everything. You see what I'm saying? So the doctrine that'll be like, that wasn't Adam made in Genesis chapter 1 on the 6th day. That was mankind that was made. Adam wasn't made the 7th day. Not according to the script. You feel me? So when you get into Genesis chapter 2, that is just a summary, a deeper detail of what happened in Genesis chapter 1. You feel me? Like how he took Eve about his side and all that. You feel me? Because if you're not careful, some people will tell you that that's a different creation. You feel me? Like them was other folks that was made. Or that was the caveman that was made. Adam wasn't made to day 8. There is no more recording of the Most High creating anything outside of those 6 days right there. The Most High finished his work. All right, go ahead. What else to say?
And God blessed the 7th day, and he sanctified it, because in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made.
So what does sanctify mean? What y'all think? What sanctify mean? If God finished his work and he blessed the 7th day and sanctified it. He rested. We know he rested. But he did something with this day here. He blessed the 7th day and he sanctified it. Meaning he made it holy. That's a set apart day that the Most High made holy a creation. You see that? So you got people today telling you, what's your Sabbath? No, I don't have a Sabbath. The Most High got a Sabbath. I observe his Sabbath. You feel me? Sabbath could be any day. No, the Sabbath is the 7th day. We can take the names of their gods and days of the week off of it. and they say the 7th day. Well, how you know it ain't a Tuesday? What are you asking me? How I know a 3 ain't a 7? Tuesday is day 3. You see what I'm saying? So some people come with the spin. You know what I'm saying? The calendar and all that. It's still 7 slots on the calendar. You know what I'm saying? It's the Sabbath day is still the 7th day. No need to tamper with anything because because most of our people believe the Sabbath day is Sunday, which is the first day of the week, and that's on everybody's phone. Every calendar you pull up on your phone gonna have Sunday as the first day of the week. It's gonna have Saturday as the 7th day. So if somebody don't want to say the names, that's cool. Just say day 1, day 2, day 3, the Shabbat day, day 7. If they ask you how you know it wasn't a Wednesday, yeah, that's you asking me how do I know 7 ain't 4? And once you put it on them terms, the question sounds silly. You feel me? It just sounds silly at that point. Because then you'd be like, well, man ain't never made a day. Man may have put the names of his deities on the months and on the days of the week. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High call it month 1, month 2, month 3, day 1, day 2, day 3. You see what I'm saying? So if you keep it at that and keep it simple, then no, they can't come with the misdirection. How you know, sir, that Sabbath ain't Tuesday? I know a 7 ain't a 3. Real simple. We all know the difference between 7 and 3. All right, what else to say? You reading down to like verse 4.
Okay. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created, and the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens.
Where you at?
Verse 4.
You just
Whatever
finished,
verse 4.
you just finished verse 4? All right, drop it. Let's go over to Exodus 31. So what we just learned is that the Most High blessed us. He rested. He blessed it, right? And he sanctified it. That's what he did with the Sabbath day. So that day is very important. You understand? That's the day that we supposed to be gathering together and going over scripture. It's not on Sunday. You know, grandmama and all them go to church on Sunday. That ain't the Sabbath day. Now, man can worship the Most High any day he wants, but we are commanded by the Most High to remember his Sabbath. All right? And it never changed. You understand? Some people try to tell you it changed when the Messiah resurrected early Easter Sunday morning. But we're going to read that story too, and you're going to see it don't add up. All right? It don't add up. He didn't rise on Sunday morning. And even if he did, that didn't change the Sabbath day. You see what I'm saying? Like, our people actually think that flat out, like, you know what I'm saying, the Sabbath day has been changed. That's not the truth. The Sabbath day has always been the 7th day of the week. And it's consistent. It don't change according to the new moon. It's consistent. The new moon is used for feasts like Passover, you know what I'm saying, Tabernacle. You know what I'm saying? That's what the new moon and all that for. Trumpets and atonement and dedication. You did all these feasts. There you go. You know what I'm saying? But not for the weekly Sabbath. For one, the moon wasn't made to the 4th day. The actual 4th day. Matter of fact, we should read that before we even get to. Go back to Genesis 1. Genesis 1, 14 through 18. Genesis 1, yeah. Genesis 1, 14 through 18. The moon does not dictate the weekly Shabbat. The moon wasn't created to the 4th day. The 4th day in the Most High's creation. And 3 days later, the Most High still held a Sabbath. Now, we know his days are 1,000 years, but why wasn't 7,000 years from when he made the moon? Why wasn't 7 days from when he made the moon? He made the moon on the 4th day of his creation, and 3 days later, he still had the Sabbath. So the moon don't dictate the weekly Sabbath at all. You know what I'm saying? Some people say it does, but when you get into the count from Passover to what's called Pentecost, the Feast of Weeks, that Pentecost actually means count 50. I heard a brother try to break it down the other day. He tried to throw an extra 50 on top of it and say it's 100 days. Nah, Pentecost means count 50. It don't mean count 100. That's another lie. But in doing so, he left his flank open. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get 50 days after 7 Sabbaths and you adjusting your Sabbath every month because of the new moon. After 7 Sabbaths, you're going to have 38 days. If you add 50 on top of that, you ain't going to have 100. You're going to have like 88. You know what I'm saying? So when he was trying to explain this, he has 100 days, he not realizing that you just flanked yourself. You just cut yourself because the new moon after seven moons come in or 7 Sabbaths based off the moons, it's only gonna get you 38 days, not 50. You see what I'm saying? So that's another angle people try to come to. A change every month. That's not true. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? And our motto is that Leviticus 23:15-16. When they go into the count of the Feast of Weeks, you got to have 7 complete Sabbaths go by. And the day after the 7th Sabbath is day 50. You can't get that if you're switching up your Sabbath every month, because between one Sabbath and that new moon will be like 2 or 3 days, and it's gonna clip like a whole week or 2 weeks away from you, to where you ain't gonna get 49 plus 1 day. Math. Yeah, easy work. Genesis 1:14. Genesis 1:14 through 18, I believe it is. What it say?
And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so.
So the lights in the firmament, your sun, your moon, your stars, they're for signs or signals. They actually service the earth. You know what I'm saying? So when the blood moons was popping off, you know, okay, the scripture talk about the blood moons. When certain things are going on in the heavens, we supposed to be paying attention. That's actually the Most High's calendar. The sun, moon, and the stars, the celestial bodies. He said, let them be for signs. To who? Him? Not to him, to us. You know what I'm saying? So a sign is a signal. Signal us about what's coming. So you got prophecies about moons turning to blood, sun losing its light, stars falling. You know what I'm saying? Perceive the return of the Messiah.
I don't even see a lot of stars, man. It's always stars. I don't see a lot.
I be seeing more and more falling stars, shooting stars now. More and more. More and more. You be like, dang, it's going down. I see them all the time. All right, go ahead. What is that?
Verse 16, and God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night.
Yeah.
He made the stars also.
Yeah, the greater light is the sun, the lesser light is the moon. All right, go ahead.
17, and God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. So I thought the firmament was heaven.
You go back up and read how he created heaven and the earth, and how he made the firmament. He put the lights in the firmament to service the earth.
Okay. When I looked at the definition, I thought that it was the heaven.
Heaven is Shemayim, firmament is Raikwa. 2 different words. 2 different words. Go ahead, though.
Okay. 18, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good.
Most High saw that it was good. Told. All right, now let's go back to the Exodus 30. I just want to show that the sun and the moon and the stars were created on the 4th day. And we got down 3 days later, day 5, day 6, day 7, and the Most High still held a Sabbath day. If the moon dictated the weekly Sabbath, the Sabbath that he had should have been, 6 days after that? But it wasn't. You see what I'm saying? So that's one way to shoot down the lunar Sabbath right out the gate. Like, look, the moon wasn't made to the 4th day. Y'all say yeah, they say the moon dictates the weekly Sabbath, but impossible if the moon wasn't made to the 4th day and the Most High held Shabbat 3 days later.
So that's the same people that do theirs on Thursdays?
Sometimes on Thursday, sometimes on, depending on what month the new moon come in. Yeah, that's another doctrine based off the way it fell around Passover. And they'll keep it for Thursday for the whole year. And you got brothers that switch their Sabbath every month based off when the new moon come in for that month. It's a lot of heresies and there's a lot of twisted doctrine in Israel. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of it, you got to sit back and like pray for understanding and like settle it in your heart. Like, I'm just gonna depend on what the scripture is saying. Like, because a lot of the doctrines, they'll come out, but they'll leave scriptures off the table. They won't bring everything onto the table and then arrive at a right judgment on the topic. They'll just pick certain, they'll cherry pick. They'll do what the pastor do. They'll cherry pick certain scriptures and say, see, that dude got a point, but you're not bringing in everything else. Like the moon wasn't created until the fourth day. Like the count from Passover to Pentecost is 7 complete Sabbaths plus 1 day. You don't get that after you count 7 Sabbaths during a lunar Sabbath. You can't get it. After seven Sabbaths, because the new moon is a Sabbath. You count all the Sabbaths for that month, and then the moon for the next month is a Sabbath, and all the Sabbaths down. Once you get to 7 Sabbaths, the day after the 7th Sabbath is day 38. You don't even get 50 days. You feel me? Proving that the weekly Sabbath is not dictated by the new moon. Okay, let's go back to Exodus 31. Exodus 31 was only 12 through 18. Exodus is the second book of the Bible, baby. Genesis, Exodus. See? So but you're gonna have to find a page because Genesis is 150 chapters deep. So you see what Genesis is at, the first book on there?
Yes.
The second book is Exodus. Go to that page.
Exodus.
Go on to 31. Go ahead, love.
12,
Yeah, Exodus 31, 12. Exodus 31, 12 through 18.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbaths ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations.
So the Sabbath is a sign or signal for the Israelites throughout our generation. He said, verily or truly, we shall keep his Sabbath. We go on chapter 31. You know what I'm saying? So he say, verily we shall keep his Shabbats. Keep in Hebrew is shamar, which actually means to guard. Like a shamar, same name. Samara, shamara, shamar, same word. It means to guard or to protect. You know what I'm saying? Keep means guard it. You know what I'm saying? So we supposed to guard this. Not let somebody slide up and tell us, oh, you ain't got to do that no more. Or it was nailed to the cross. Or the day switch. When you guard something, you keep it like a prized possession. Or a treasure. You know what I'm saying? So we say, verily, truly, you shall guard my Sabbath. Go ahead. What else you say?
That ye may know that I am the Lord that do sanctify you.
Now notice he sanctified the day in Genesis 2. Then he sanctified us. We holy and set apart people. So we supposed to always acknowledge his Sabbath day. That's what it is. And notice it went down before Exodus. It went down at creation. There wasn't no Moses around then. You know what I'm saying? So this is the law in the earth before Moses even received it. Sabbath has not been done away with. It don't change. We supposed to guard it so we can be sanctified, blessed. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, what else is up?
Verse 14. Ye shall keep the Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defile it shall surely be put to death.
Wow. You see how it was when we was coming out of captivity? We left Egypt. We unlearning all them ways of Egypt. Most I like, look, go after my Sabbath. If you defile it, you're worthy of death. So even to this very day, we're supposed to take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing to play around with. People be out shopping and acting like it's just some old regular day, man. It's the Most High's Shabbat day. We're supposed to reverence that. You know what I'm saying? As best as we can, we're supposed to prep for it. Where we don't be out acting as if it's just some normal day. You feel me? I mean, emergencies come up, especially with new babies and all that. Certain things happen. Flat tires, you want to get out there and make it happen. You feel me? Like you can't, because you'll blame the Most High. I can't move this car. You know what I'm saying? My car gonna get towed because it's Sabbath day because I can't jack it up and get a spare tire put on it because it's Sabbath day. You see what I'm saying? Like the Most High just letting it be known in your mind and your spirit, reverence my day. Don't make no excuse. You know what I'm saying? But things do come up. We're gonna get into that as we keep going. You know what I'm saying? To show things come up, but it's a difference between things happening and you having to adjust. Then somebody saying, "Look, to hell with the Sabbath day. I'm gonna do what I want to do," and they got the opportunity. They have the opportunity to keep it. They like later for that. Then I'm finna watch me some football or something.
So this is kind of like not off topic for real, but you said everything was made within them 6 days. So the angels was made too.
Everything was made within them 6 days. You got to go back all the way back to Genesis chapter 1:1. Start reading on in. Everything. Nah, we're not doing that right now.
You didn't say nothing about the angels.
Yeah, you got to get into the language of it and all that. You start seeing. But everything was made like what services us, what services the earth. You know what I'm saying? You start
seeing. The angels been
here, right? Yeah, you got worlds before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got all that happening.
As far as
but that's a
earth
whole
and humans, that was.
Yeah, but you got a whole and that's a hot controversial topic too. The gap theory between Genesis 1:1 and Genesis 1:2. You feel me? But that's a whole way another topic. We'll be talking forever on that. But it was a world before Adam and Eve. You know what I'm saying? The scripture there say, "Be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth, refill it." What you mean refill? You move into a house and you got brand new cupboards. I mean, so it was a world before then. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole world. And who created that? And what was going on? Why was Satan already fallen? Why was he in the Garden of Eden? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that was going on before that. But let's stay on topic. We got videos up on there. The heavens that were of old. We got a video on it actually on the channel. You know what I'm saying? And we get into it like there was a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? But scientists call it the gap theory. What happened between Genesis 1:1 and 1 and 2? You know what I'm saying? Like in the beginning, the Most High created the heaven and the earth, and then it said the earth was void and without form. The Most High ain't never made nothing void. So it was a creation, then it was destruction. Yeah, you hearing right? And that was creation, then it was a destruction. And out of that comes, you know what I'm saying, Adam and Eve and this world as we know it now. And he told
that book?
Genesis chapter 1.
No, I'm saying for the world before earth.
What do you mean? What
is that in the book? A different book?
No, that's in 2 Peter and Genesis 1 and Jeremiah chapter 4.
That's not like the Adam and Eve book.
The book of Job. There's other books out there you can get into. Enoch and all them. And, Enoch and all them. And yeah, you just need to watch that video. That video go in. It's so many. But the main foundation is right here in the script. You feel me? Books of Job and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like Job go deep too. Job, that 2 Peter, Jeremiah 4:23 on down. You know what I'm saying? Like you start looking at it and then comparing it to Genesis 1:1 and 1 and 2. And you see the Most High telling them, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. Like if they was the first ones here, then what he tell them to refill anything for? You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what we at. Basically where we at with it. Genesis 1:1, 1 and 2, Jeremiah 4:23. Like I'm down like 26, 27. You got all of it. You know what I'm saying? Some of them Enochs go into it, like second book of Enoch. They go into how the devil became ruler of the earth.
But that's what I'm talking about.
The third time. You gotta, but those are teachings that, like, once you get grounded, people should be trying to get. People be trying to get the deep answers, like, right out the gate. You be like, what the hell? All on Facebook arguing. You be like, I'm not gonna be lip wrestling with all y'all because I already know you don't got a biblical foundation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just here to argue. So I don't like certain things. I don't even argue over. I let them fall on their own sword. What do I care that you don't believe the Bible's real? Or they don't talk about dinosaurs. Actually, it does.
I thought you were supposed to try the game.
I'm not here to lip wrestle. Like, Facebook is a new phenomenon. Like, I'm sure to drop jewels and keep it pushing. Even the Messiah said they ain't trying to hurry to wipe the dust off your feet and keep moving. A man that's a heretic after the first and second admonition, the Bible tell you reject him. So I'll drop a jewel, you feel me? But I'm not going to be on long, drawn-out posts with nobody arguing about nothing. Now I drop a script, I'll drop another. I'm out of here. That's how you gotta be. Other than that, it's a trick of the adversary. It had you arguing and going in circles about something they don't know nothing about anyway. What the hell am I gonna argue with this woman about? She swore the Bible, like she said the Bible ain't real. She's a Kemetic priestess. You know what I'm saying? I might drop one or two scriptures. Now that's out the Bible. Woman, I'll never even mention nothing. Like, you might get blocked. I'll throw a block party. You might get blocked from here on out. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, is that real? Because you'll be drunk, caught up in the arguing with folk about nothing. And even the scripts say, don't get into endless genealogies and strivings about the law. It ain't going to lead to nothing strife. What am I getting into that for? She don't even believe in the Bible. You feel me? But look, let's get back on topic, though. We'll get back on topic. But the heavens that were of old, that's a video Uriel and Yaqui did. They did that like 2-3 years ago.
I always passed by, but I never.
Yeah, they get into it. You know, they hollered at me and Daniel before they got it in. They went and got that deal in. You know, made sure all the brothers had the right precepts and everything together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that bro, locks were nowhere near what they had now. And them brothers brought it out. A lot of people got offended in the monkey mouth at it, but man, who cares?
I'm gonna check, but I thought it was like that one video they had did. That's why I never watched. I thought it was the same one.
Nah.
They were just doing it again.
Nah, that deal there.
The Adam and Eve. Was it the Adam and Eve one? Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Like,
what, the Apple deception? Or
yeah,
something?
yeah.
Nah. That's strictly about Genesis 3. The heavens that were of old is about the world before Adam and Eve. You know what I'm saying? And how it was creation before then, you know what I'm saying? And angels been existed before then, you know what I'm saying? So we just talking about the creation of what we know is what we at now. You know what I'm saying? I should get back to Exodus 31. Let's get her done. Now I know that made a lot of y'all spill y'all coffee, mumble mouthing, but so what?
I mean, I figured that I just, you just said everything. I was like,
yeah. But I know that made a lot of people spill their coffee, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? We hit them topics too, controversial topics. Oh my God, did he say? Yeah, exactly what we said. You know what I'm saying? If he told them be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth, that means refill it. That means something was here first.
That's probably why people say that it was other humans here.
Yeah, but look, they talking about doing the creation. You see what I'm saying? They talking about doing the creation. They're not talking about the world before Adam and Eve. They talking about doing the Most High 6 days of creation. That's what they talking about. And that can't be found. That ain't can't be found nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to talk about a world that was before and then some type of catastrophic end came to it, yeah. And the clues is all in the scripture. You just got to have an eye to read about it and see it and not be so caught up into the strongholds of your elders. Because your elder ain't brought it out or something. All right, well, let's read, though. Let's get it done. We in Exodus 31. Let's say...
We have 15. Okay. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord.
You read 14?
I already read.
Read 14 again.
I'm not. Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defiles it shall surely be put to death.
Mm.
For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
Yeah, you feel me? So, and then look, even Bro Jake and them, they got forms you can give to human resources. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, they work. People been getting their Sabbaths off. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that anybody that may be forced to work on the Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that may be forced to work on the Shabbat or the Sabbath, whatever. It's just, certain paperwork that you can submit to human resources to go ahead and request off. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't go homeless either. You'll be blaming the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I went in there and told him I quit because it's the Sabbath day. You feel me? It all come down to the intents of your heart. Like, you mess around, get the Shabbat day off and think you finna sit up and play the game all day or watch football. You know what I'm saying? If it's a Shabbat day and it's rest day, how about we be resting from our labors, and how about we be laboring for the Most High? You feel me? That's how it was so serious. Look, we was a nation coming up out of captivity that the Most High, like, look, we ain't got nowhere. You ain't got to go back and report to Pharaoh tomorrow or the next day. You know what I'm saying? We had no excuse in the wilderness to be doing no type of servile work. We had no excuse. Nigga, you just got let up out of captivity. You know what I'm saying? You was a nation that just got the laws of the Most High. You ain't got to report back to Massa Monday morning, Sunday morning. You feel me? This our legislation. This our law. You feel me? This our executive branch, our legislative branch, our judicial branch. You know what I'm saying? Let's read. What else it say?
Verse 15. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death.
Come on.
Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for perpetual covenant. It is
For what kind of covenant?
Perpetual.
That means forever. All right, go ahead.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever.
See, sign, signal. It proves that we serve the creator of heaven and earth. We observe his set apart, sanctified, holy day, and then thus we observe that it makes us what the day is. Set apart, holy, sanctified, blessed. All right, go ahead.
And for in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested.
Yeah.
And was refreshed.
Uh-huh.
And he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communion, what's it?
Communion, talking
with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone, written with the finger of God.
Yeah, we was watching Raiders of the Lost Ark, and they was looking for the Ark of the Covenant and all that. Inside the Ark is supposed to be the commandments, the tablets.
And the box they was in.
Yeah.
That's what
Let's go jump back to Exodus 20. Jump back to Exodus 20 and 8 real quick. Yeah, Exodus 20 and 8. Exodus 20, yep, 8 through 11, yeah. Yeah, Exodus 20.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant.
So he had servants in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? Servants coming out. It was a mixed multitude leaving Egypt. Everybody wasn't no Israelite. Had servants. All right, go ahead.
Nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy
gates. Yeah. Notice this one says remember the Sabbath. The other one said keep it. This one said remember. How they remember? You feel me? Because the Shabbat day was something that we had before we even went into Egypt. It went down in Genesis chapter 2. But now we're being told to zakar, which means to remember Sabbath day. And we were told shamar, keep it, guard it. So remember it and guard it. You know what I'm saying? Zakar, shamar. Remember that deal? Guard it. Very important. Go ahead.
11.
Yeah.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
It's hallowed. It's holy. You see what I'm saying? You got Christian theologians try to tell you it's been switched. Or Big Mama and them tell you it's been switched. And then they blow it off. But that's the 4th commandment. But the same people will tell you ain't supposed to kill, you ain't supposed to steal, you ain't supposed to commit adultery. What about the Sabbath day? And everybody gets stuttering like a oops. Like that don't matter no more. Now you say it don't matter when it's number 4 on the list. How it don't matter? When it's 4, you good. You good. You wasn't tripping though, but you good. It's just the pressure. but it's funny how when you bring the Shabbat day up, now everybody got the monkey mouth. You know what I'm saying? But it's the 4th day of the week. I mean, the 4th commandment that the Most High gave. Then he said, honor your father and mother, the 5th commandment. And start going on down. So how today, when we read about this, we look at it like it's nothing. We sneeze at it. But it's major. Let's go to Numbers 15 next. Numbers 15. Start around verse 32 and read on down. We're about to read about a cat that said, basically in his mind, the hell with the Sabbath. Numbers 15. Yeah, like 32 on down. Like 38, 39, 40 up in there. Numbers 15. And this is when the law of the fringes came into play. You know what I'm saying?
What, Numbers?
Yeah, Numbers 15, like 32, 38. We're going to read down to like 40. But this is when the law of fringes came in because of transgression. Fringes is a law that was added for transgression. Meaning somebody sinned and the Most High gave it the law of fringes. You know what I'm saying? As a reminder, since Negroes want to be hard-headed and bull-headed, you know what I'm saying? Now, this is basically a story about somebody that said, look, we in the wilderness. You don't got to go back and report to Master. You know what I'm saying? The Most High gave you the instruction, told you prep for this day so you won't be out breaking your back trying to find some firewood. And somebody said, the hell with that. See, it's more of a mindset thing. You don't want to be in the mindset of saying later for the Sabbath day. It don't matter. It's been changed. Don't nobody know it anyway. You know, just like you be like, you can't keep the law anyway. Now, this mindset, see, a lot of things when you're dealing with the scripture, people just read the literal story, but they never get into the psychology, the study of the mind of our people. Our people was tripping. You feel me? Like, trip off his attitude. Like, he's basically saying, man, I don't care what the Most High said. Showing you this is us even to this very day. You know what I'm saying? Look, Numbers 15, 32, like down to 40. What did it say?
And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath day.
Mm-hmm.
And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation. And they put him in ward.
And locked him up. Yeah, lock this Negro on up, man. He gathered sticks on the Shabbat day. All right, go ahead.
Because it was not declared what should be done to him.
Mm-hmm.
35. And the Lord said unto Moses, the man shall be surely put to death.
He said, what?
Shall be put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones without the camp.
Ooh, that's serious, ain't it? That's major. He gathering sticks on the Shabbat day. Say, stone him with stones, man. Send him to the judgment. Go ahead. What else to say?
And all the congregation brought him without the camp, and stoned him with stones, and he died, as the Lord commanded Moses. 37. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. and it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
As you may look upon it, you feel me, to remember and to keep all the commandments of the Most High. The fringes, that's when it came in. And this is basically somebody just saying, like, look, I'm going to go ahead and just do this anyway. You know, I know the Most High said this, but I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we come in and start saying whatever, we start doing what we want to do, bringing our own mind to what the command's saying, the Most High, like, look, you know, that judgment can come down on you. And to show you how serious the Shabbat day is. Now, you got the Pharisees in what's called the New Testament accusing the Messiah of breaking the Sabbath day. And when we get up into that and read about what really happened, you'll see he wasn't breaking the Shabbat day at all. You feel me? They had their own traditions. Their feelings was hurt, but he wasn't violating the Shabbat day. And they was ready to stone him for that. Wow. Go ahead. What else to say?
And do them. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, and which ye use to go a whoring.
Go a whoring. You feel me? So you're not supposed to be leaning to your own mind and understanding, dealing with the commands of the Most High. That's what that brother did. He just was like, later for that, I'm going to do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what I want to do, even though the Most High gave him the opportunity to collect double the firewood on the 6th day. So he had an opportunity to prepare, and he didn't prepare. More than likely, he was lazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like gathering no wood. 7th day come, and you ain't got no firewood. You cold as a mug out there. You cold. You ain't got no wood. You know what I'm saying? You need wood to burn, to stay warm. So he didn't prepare, and he didn't prepare because he was slothful. He was lazy, and he didn't want to keep the command of the Most High. And he got caught in that field, you understand, and then said, look, I'm going out there anyway. See, it's different when you done tried your best to prepare, you know what I'm saying? And in your heart, you did everything you could to prepare, and then something happened. That's not the same situation as what we read. We read somebody that was like, look, later for that, I'm slothful. I don't want to do what thus saith the Most High. And I'm going to get out there on that 7th day anyway and go do it. And that's why the judgment came down. And then that's when the fringes came into play. All right, go ahead.
That ye may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your God.
Right, so, you know, there's a lot of people wear fringes today, but don't even know the commandments. I done caught plenty of brothers with their fringes on. Straight ask them, like, you know the 10 Commandments? In order? Brothers get to stuttering like a ooze. You know what I'm saying? Because we were told to keep the law in our heart and our mind before anything. You know what I'm saying? And that only proves the law wasn't on his mind. Even if it was, he didn't want to do it. He knew the command, but chose to go against the command. You see what I'm saying? So the Most High say, put them on your clothes. That way, before you do iniquity, you can look and see. You can look and be like, I ain't supposed to be doing that. I ain't supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is, they be people when they go on, but still doing wickedness. Like, trip off that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you supposed to be an Israelite. The Most High already convicted you before you go do wickedness. Then you pull your garment off. You see them fringes. You fold your garment up all neatly. You know what I'm saying? Then you get aroused, and you looking at your covenant member, you're circumcised, and you still go stick that thing where it ain't supposed to be. You feel me? Like, you got 3 witnesses against you when judgment comes. Most High, you knew you was going to do wrong. You ain't slipped and fell into no harlot or no whatever. You know what I'm saying? You took your garment off. You had to see your fringes as you was taking your clothes off. You know what I'm saying? And the last reminder that you under the covenant is your private part. And you look at that and say, shit, with it. Dive right on in. You see what I'm saying? Like, we ain't gonna have no excuse in that day. None. Alright, so we got that right there. Numbers 15. Was you done with that? 41. Did you get 41?
41. I am the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. And I am the Lord your God.
Yeah, flat out. So he letting me know, I'm your God. I brought you out of Egypt. Egypt had over 300 something gods. But he's like, I'm your God. Remember my Sabbath day? You know what I'm saying? Anybody do any type of servile work doing that, you know what I'm saying, shall be cut off. Remember, we ain't have no excuse in the wilderness. None. We wasn't in, you can't say, well, you know what I'm saying, they was in Babylon. Now, they had just left Egypt. They had left Babylon. It was under your own nation, under your own rulers, heading to your land. You had every opportunity to do what was right, and you chose not to do what was right. So guess what happened? Judgment ended up coming down. All right. Now look, let's go to Luke chapter 4. Luke chapter 4, 16 through like 21. We're going to show the Messiah. We're going to show the Messiah. So we show even in the New Testament that the Shabbat was kept. The Shabbat was kept. Luke chapter 4. And then we're going to get into how you're supposed to keep it under the order of Melchizedek. You know what I'm saying? We're not robots. That's the thing with folks, man. Folks be thinking we robots. Yeah, like sort of around 16, read down to like 21, 22. You know what I'm saying? Because it's lawful to do good on the Shabbat day. It's not unlawful. It's lawful to do good. You feel me? Like it's lawful to look out for the elderly or something. They say the elderly need, you know what I'm saying, need some help. She didn't fell down or something. You gonna be like, no, I can't. It's Sabbath day. I shouldn't be lifting. Like at what point do you use common sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you serve the creator of heaven and earth. You think he want that elderly lady to stay down there on that floor with a broke hip? You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to do it, and your excuse is, no, I'll be lifting her up. I'll be working. Like, you got to watch it, because some people straight take the whole thing to the left field, take it so extreme to where they think they're actually keeping the Shabbat day, and they not. It's an excuse for them to not do what's right. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into it, because I know we've been reading about shall be cut off, shall be put to death, shall be stoned. Man, people like, dang, I got to quit my job tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to bring everything into its right perspective. And then, and speaking from experience, I remember when I was on the plantation years ago, when I used to inspect the trucks, and I was on the Hebrew out the whole company after Gaza City Gideon got fired. You know what I'm saying? I was on the Hebrew there. And all these heathens knew I ain't eat no pork. I don't celebrate none of the holidays. I keep the Shabbat day. You feel me? So I never had to work on the Sabbath day. Man, one day this little monkey mouth heathen dropped a hammer on me like, yeah, you don't have to work on Saturdays. And I'm like, man, y'all know I don't work on those Saturdays, man. I got things to do. Well, I don't know. And all this extra, you know what I'm saying? I had called Daniel Solomon, hollered at him. I was like, man, look, pray for your brother. You know what I'm saying? Because like me, I don't miss Shabbat, like barely. You know, out of 12 years, I probably done missed about 3 or 4 Shabbats. Maybe 3 or 4, maybe, I mean, 5 at the most. You feel me? Like, that's just something I don't do. I don't miss, you know what I'm saying? I don't make a habit of missing Shabbat. That's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? So I had to pray for your brother. So that Shabbat, that was one of the Shabbats. But I had to ride. Yeah, I had to miss it. I had to ride that morning from St. Louis up to Kansas City. We had to be there at like, I don't know, like 1 p.m. or something. So you get Kansas City like 3-4 hours from here. So we left out at like 9, something like that, 9 in the morning. So I'm praying to the Most High the whole way up there. Like, Father, you know I don't want to work on your Shabbat. You know what I'm saying? But I got this rent I got to pay. I got all these bills hanging over my head. I got children. I got a house. You know what I'm saying? So on the way up there, I'm praying to the Most High, calling his name Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Zabaoth. You know, that's the Lord of the army in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Like, fight this battle for me, because like I'm like, these heathens are conspiring against me. I know they are. You know what I'm saying? If they coming at you, coming at me for my belief in you, your word says you will curse those that curse us, and bless those that bless us. You feel me? That's my prayer that I pray in the name of your only begotten Son. What a heathen that was driving turned red. I'm talking about that was just one heathen, but he turned redder than a tomato. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like started getting all sick and dizzy and not feeling good, man. Man, dude, not feeling good. Man, we got all the way up there to the Kansas City, checked into this hotel. He was like, dude, man, we're not going to work now. I'll see you tomorrow morning. You feel me? Which would have been the first day of the week, Sunday. I'm thanking the Most High, like, oh, praises. So basically, I rolled up to Kansas City, you know what I'm saying, to keep Shabbat in my own hotel room. Got some scripture, you know what I'm saying? So that Sunday we worked, and then on the second day, Monday, I get a call from the supervisor, and he let it be known that man, I got the Sabbath off indefinitely. Like, I'm good. You feel me? I'm like, man, I was answering prayers like a mug. You feel me? But I was straight called crying out to him, like, please. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to even do no type of labor or work. I'm under the boots of these heathens. You know what I'm saying? I gotta provide for my family, but you know my heart, Heavenly Father. Answer this for me. Answer. One time a heathen was messing with me on the job, and it came out, you know, because on break I stay to myself. I'll be out with my scripture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see them under eye, and you know, in their own little circle, sneak this and or whatever. And then one day he came out like, "You're effing Bible." I was like, "Yeah, you the devil. You the son of the devil." He got mad. F you, man. I grabbed my phone, you know, put it on camera. Say it again. My what got a Bible? F you. He got on the phone, called the supervisor, heathen. You know, I'm like, man, I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? You better watch your mouth. You know, so he ended up talking a little more trash. I pray to Yahweh, Zabbaoth again. Yahweh of hosts. Lord of hosts. Dig? Man, that heathen heart accelerated so fast. By the time we got to the little yard we was working at, accelerated so fast, he was sweating. He turned redder than the stop sign too. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, man. I'm like, dang, what's wrong with you? Man, I don't know, man. I just want to work things out, man. I said, dang, but you need to call your wife or something? Like, no, dude, don't call her, man. We're getting off early today. I just need to go rest. I don't know what's coming over me. I'm in my mind like, all praises to the Most High. You feel me? Because this was the same prayer. Heavenly Father, you said you curse those that curse us. These heathens are coming at me for my belief in you. You know what I'm saying? Protect thy servant. Fight this battle for me. He do it every time. Every time. You know what I'm saying? So, look, let's get into this. We in Luke chapter 4, right? Luke chapter 4. Saying that to say, if you really want to, if anybody really wants to Shabbat off, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm speaking from experience. Go to your father. He'll give it to you off. And then once you get off, you got to take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Person got to take that serious. I know people that get Sabbaths off and they just lay around scratching all day. You know what I'm saying? Or Negro want to watch some football, some basketball, some type of madness. And don't want to even be with his hand to the plow down at the camp. You know what I'm saying? You know, Negro rather go do something else. There's a lot of brothers that actually, and then the other thing is, there's people that choose to work on the Sabbath. Not force. There's niggas that choose to work on the Sabbath, man. There's going to be a judgment coming for that. What are you doing? It'd be different if you was forced because you in captivity. You know what I'm saying? And you just ain't took it to your father and waited for him to move the hearts of these heathens. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, where we at? We said we going to Luke. I just want to show how the Most High changed the hearts of the king. Let's go to Proverbs 21 real quick. Proverbs 21 2. We'll come back to that. Luke. Proverbs 21. Show how the Most High get down. Proverbs 21 verse 1. I need Proverbs 16 right behind it. It's the Most High to do all that. Yeah, Proverbs.
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
So the king's heart, the Hebrew word for heart is mind. You feel me? It's la'ab, a lab in Hebrew. It means your mind. So the king's mind is in the hand of the Most High, including your boss. All right, go ahead. Anybody's boss. You know, if you were serving of the Most High, whoever's over you, you feel me, actually isn't subject to the Most High. They isn't subject to the Most High. So if you his servant, you feel me, you can straight go holler at the Most High. Just like you go over whoever, you go over your manager's head at your job when they was tripping. And go to the higher up. That's what we got to do as servants of the Most High. If whoever that is over you tripping, go to the Most High on them. And watch how the Most High start moving. All right, go ahead. What did it say?
Okay, so the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Yeah.
As the rivers of water. He turns it whithersoever he will.
Just like the rivers of water, he turns the mind of men however he want to turn them. So you got the most powerful force, in all creation at your calling. You gotta know how to tap into it. You know what I'm saying? The Most High or God is Elohim. It actually means power. You know what I'm saying? Power. So you got the Most High creator of all, power of all powers. Power of all powers at your calling. That's how powerful them prayers be. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to this Luke. Let's go back to this Luke. Luke chapter 4:16. We're going to show how the Messiah kept Shabbat. He kept Shabbat as well. We'll get into his lawful to do good on the Shabbat day. And then get into the eternal rest that's coming. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the Sabbath is. It's a shadow of the eternal rest that we're going to have forever. It ain't no clocking back in once we get into eternity. It ain't no clocking back in 48 hours later. All right, go ahead. What did it say?
And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went to the synagogue on the Sabbath day.
Now, who was this we talking about? Who was the he? Yahushua, Messiah. Christ. See that? As his custom was, he going to the synagogue on the Sabbath day, which is the what day of the week? The seventh day of the week. And in the synagogue is where they heard, you go every week to hear the law and the prophets read. Or what's called the Old Testament. You see? So Messiah was an Israelite. On the Sabbath day, he go into the synagogue to hear the Old Testament, what's called the Old Testament, being read. Go ahead.
And stood up for to read.
Mm-hmm.
And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah.
That's Isaiah. You feel me?
That's it right
there. It says Isaiah in the New Testament, but that's Greek for Isaiah, the Hebrew. All right, so what get delivered to him is the scroll of Isaiah, the prophet who lived 700 years before the Messiah was born. He had prophecies of him and everything, but you see that in the synagogues they had the scroll of Isaiah. Go ahead.
And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written.
Yeah.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. So
the Isaiah was prophesying about the ministry of the Messiah 700 years before the Messiah was born. This is before the Bible was even in chapter and verse form. So he had to find the spot in the scroll. Isaiah is 66 chapters deep. So he had to find a spot in the Hebrew scroll where it said this. He have anointed me to preach what? The good news to the poor. Go ahead.
He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives.
Deliverance to who? The captives. The captives are slaves. See? To preach deliverance to the slaves. Now we slave to men And after men were slaves to sin. We're slaves to sin. You feel me? The Messiah came to redeem us from both. But first, our sin, our lower nature, our carnal selves, because we can never enter into eternal rest, being slaves to our lower member, being our carnal selves. Like Jakar would say, "What Malachi? Does this Bible have the fruits of the Spirit in it?" I'm like, "Yeah, little Joe, all of them got the fruits of the Spirit." That's his favorite part of the Bible, the fruits of the Spirit, because that's what you need to enter into eternity, to live more than 1,000 years. You see what I'm saying? So again, somebody will say, well, the Messiah, and he here to preach deliverance to the captives. Why are we still captive? Well, his first mission was to free you from sin. You feel me? Because we're slaves to sin. We're slaves to our sin nature. When he returned, the heathen dropped. That's why repentance is so important. We're supposed to be redeemed from our sin nature. You know what I'm saying? And be fighting against it. Because you're going to be tempted. He was tempted. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, are you at war with sin or are you in bed with it? That's the difference. It ain't like you ain't going to be tempted like you just better than him because he was tempted. But what do you do when you tempted? Do you just lay down or do you go to war? He like, look, you free. Pick your weapons up and bang against iniquity. That's what we supposed to be doing. All right? What else to say?
And recovering of sight to the blind.
Yeah.
To set at liberty them that are bruised. To preach the acceptable year of the Lord. And he closed the book, and he gave it again to the minister, and sat down. And the eyes of all them that were in the synagogue were fastened on him. And he began to say unto them, this day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears.
You hear that? He like, this day, this scripture has been fulfilled in your ears. He did all this on the Shabbat day. Go ahead.
And all bear him witness, and wondered at the gracious words which proceed out of his mouth.
What verse you in?
22.
That's 21 you just read?
No, it's 27 now. I already read 21.
Okay, finish that off and then we'll jump.
And they said, is not this Joseph's son?
That's it for 22. Now the spot he read was Isaiah 61, 1 through 3. You know, we can read that on our own time or whatever. But that's what he read. He opened up the book of Isaiah and read chapter 61, 1 through 3 on the Sabbath day. On the Sabbath day. You see what I'm saying? And he let it be known this scripture is fulfilled in your ears. What do you mean it's fulfilled? The one that's been prophesied to come is here to set you free from iniquity. You know what I'm saying? And once we get free from iniquity, he's coming to bring a kingdom to those very captives. You know what I'm saying? Captives are slaves. Drop that, let's go to Matthew 12. Let's show you how they was trying to blame him. Matthew the 12th chapter. They was trying to blame him for violating Shabbat. Matthew 12, 1 through Matthew 12, we're going to read 1 through 16. Yeah, go ahead.
At that time, Jesus went on the Sabbath day through the corn, and his disciples were in hunger, and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat.
And began to do what?
Pluck the ears of corn and to eat.
Okay, go ahead.
But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day.
Now, what wasn't lawful about them plucking corn? What wasn't lawful? They just said they was breaking law. They were sinning because they went through the cornfields. Because they went through the cornfields and they ate. They plucked corn and they ate because they was hungry on a Shabbat day. They said that it was unlawful. What was unlawful? How did they break that? How did they break the Sabbath day? Because somebody to tell you that him and his disciples broke Sabbath. That was one of the reasons that he was stoned.
But he didn't, right? They didn't break all
I mean, can you just based off of what you know, do you see anything that's unlawful?
Wouldn't it be still?
That's a good point. See? Now you're using your brain. You know what I'm talking about? You're using your mind, woman. See? Somebody gonna say they were stealing. Okay, well hold your spot. Let's go back to
supposed to give it back, right?
let's go to the law. Deuteronomy 23. Let's read. Let's see what they was doing was unlawful.
Stay right here.
Yeah, stay right there. Stay right there. Go to Deuteronomy 23. We're gonna read 24 and 25.
When thou comest into thy neighbor's vineyard, and thou mayest eat grapes, thou fillest thine own pleasure, but thou shalt not put any in thy vessel.
You see that? So you can eat. You can go through your neighbor's vineyard. You feel me? And you can eat because you're hungry, but you can't be filling your bag up. They don't say nothing about them doing that. They was hungry. They were in need of it, so they could eat. You see what I'm saying? Now, had they been taking corn and putting it all in their different satchels and you know what I'm saying, backpacks and filling their bags up, then that would have been unlawful. But we ain't read nothing about that. What the next verse says?
When thou comest into the standing corn of thy neighbor, then thou mayest pluck the ears with thine hand. But thou shalt not move a sickle into thy neighbor's standing corn.
Yeah, same thing. Like you can pluck it. You feel me? You can start eating. You know what I'm saying? But you can't put the sickle to it and start taking all of your neighbor's stuff. But in other words, if you're going through the vineyard or they standing corn and you have need, right? You can partake. But you can't be filling up your bags with their stuff. Make sense? Alright, so now nobody could say that he was teaching his disciples to steal. Because what they are doing is lawful. So what the Pharisees and them are doing is doing what then? What are they doing? Because they just charged them with breaking the Sabbath. So what is that? What law is that? Which is what? They are bearing false witness. And these supposed to be the preachers and the priests of the nation. Let's go back to Matthew 12. Matthew 12. See, the Messiah never broke Torah. Never did. But the preachers of his day constantly accused him of doing things that was not lawful, proving that they didn't know the Torah themselves, to knock themselves. They were heavy into their own traditions. And they only dealt with portions or parts of the Torah that tickled their fancy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how they dealt. They didn't deal, you know what I'm saying? Like they were partial with it, in other words. They didn't deal wholeheartedly with it. As if they did, they wouldn't accuse him of doing that which was unlawful. It's not unlawful for them to go through some corn and they're hungry to partake of that corn. It is unlawful if they start filling up their bags with it. All right, come on, let's get it. Verse 2 again.
But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day.
Come on.
But he said unto them, Have you not read what David did when he was in hunger, and they that were with him? They were with him. How he entered into the house of God and did eat the showbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests.
You sure about that? Like David was at a time when he was hungry. And he was on the run from Saul. Right? Now the showbread in the temple was only for the priests. David wasn't no priest and the men with him wasn't priests. You see what I'm saying? But the Most High allowed David to eat of that bread. They made sure they hadn't been with no women, been with no women the past day. David said, we've been at war. There ain't been with no women about 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Because after you have sex, you go through a period of uncleanness. You see what I'm saying? So, he made sure that ain't what it was. And then he said, well, look, I got bread, you know what I'm saying, that they can eat. They were allowed to eat, and it wasn't the transgression of the Most High's law. All right? And that's in 1 Samuel. That's in 1 Samuel 21, 3 through 6. So the Messiah like, look, how y'all gonna accuse us of breaking the law? But you ain't accused David. You ain't never read, so he don't know about their knowledge of the Torah. Like, hold on. Y'all ain't never read when David went and got bread, showbread out the temple, which is only lawful for the priests. But he had a need because he was hungry. So in other words, the Most High ain't gonna never allow his men or his women to starve. You feel me? There's a what kind of will they call it? There's an absolute will of the Most High. And then there's a what do you call that when you like when you have like discretion almost, like there's an absolute will, and then there's a permissive will. Makes sense? Like there's an absolute will. This bread is only for the priests. But if one of mine stumble across here hungry, feed them. You know what I'm saying? If there's an emergency, permission. Permissive means permission. There's the absolute will of the Most High, and then there's a permissive will. And that's showing you even in what's called the Old Testament. Like, look, the absolute will is this bread is only for the priests. That's the absolute will. But his permissive will is, look, but there is an emergency here. They hungry. You know what I'm saying? They are hungry. They at war. Feed them. That's 1 Samuel 21, 3 through 6. So that show you, like, you ain't, like, the Most High didn't command us to be robots. You know what I'm saying? Certain things come up to where his permissive will kicks in. Emergencies happen. You know what I'm saying? That ain't like the old boy that gathered sticks and said, to hell with it, I'm gathering sticks anyway. You know what I'm saying? Emergency happen. What if on your way somewhere, you know what I'm saying, or on our way down to the Shabbat class, tire blowout. But I'm not supposed to get the jack the car up and put the spur on it. You know what I'm saying? No, that's work, Ak. Don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? There's an emergency here that needs to go down. Like, you need to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Make sense? So it show you the Most High ain't like, there's mercy with him as well. It's just on our parts, we need to be preparing and striving trying our best to do exactly what it is that he commanded us to do. And then if an emergency pop up, there's a permissive will that covers us. Alright? Such as like can't take it. Very hungry. Like his disciples were like David in the Old Testament. Alright? Come on, let's get it. So they accused him of breaking Sabbath, but he was like, y'all ain't never read this. And what he did wasn't unlawful anyway. Because the disciples wasn't putting the corn in their bags. Alright, go ahead. What else you say?
Verse 5. Or have ye not read in the law, how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless?
Yeah, Numbers 28, 9 through 10. Like, what do you mean how they profane and what they doing? Because you're not supposed to be kindling a fire on the Sabbath days. But they have to kindle a fire or keep the fire going for the sacrifices. You feel me? So, again, there's a permissive will of the Most High. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to be doing that, but certain things have to go down for the bigger picture. You see what I'm saying? All right, go ahead.
But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if ye had known what this meant, I would have mercy and not sacrifice. He would not have condemned the guilty.
Yeah, Most High is about mercy. You know what I'm saying? And he said it all throughout the scripture, even in the book of Hosea. You're better off merciful and not sacrifice. You wouldn't condemn those that were innocent. And that's what it is with a lot of our people. They don't have balance to where if they was judging, You be sending the wrong people to the judgment because you don't have no type of mercy or no type of balance to the situation. You just all off with their head, off with their head, off with their head, and you ain't tripping. There's a permissive will of the Most High. Sometimes things come up, even with the person that tried his best. You know what I'm saying? To do the Most High's will. So that's where the Most High's mercy will come into play at. But he's like, look, if y'all ever read, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, y'all wouldn't have executed all the innocent. Why? Because there's no balance in a lot of these men. A lot of these people read the Torah, read the law, and become robots. You know what I'm saying? They still haven't mastered, they still haven't gotten the spirit of discernment to bring right judgment to the situation. If the Most High was all off of our head, all of us would be dead. Long time, we all be dead. So that's part of his spirit that we must learn too. Mercy. It ain't always just off with your head. At times you need to sit on back and thank the Most High. Like David should have been dead, him and Bathsheba. Because he took a man's wife and knocked her up. Why David wasn't executed on the spot. See what I'm saying? Why she wasn't stoned on the spot. She wasn't raped. See what I'm saying? Certain situations where the Most High show mercy. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you even got that in the Old Testament. Some people say, well, that's New Testament, man. No. Like, why David wasn't stoned? Why Bathsheba wasn't stoned? You know what I'm saying? He told David, I'd have gave you any woman you wanted. You could have had as many as you wanted. You just didn't have to take his wife. You could have asked me for more and I gave you more. You just didn't have to take his. You see what I'm saying? So again, we got to learn that balance because the Most High is balanced with us all the time. We should have been dead a long time ago. That's what the Messiah let these hypocrites know. Y'all have been killing the innocent, man. Stop it. Don't blame us for breaking the Sabbath, for plucking us some corn because we hungry. Don't even make sense. Then he dropped some Torah knowledge on these Negroes and they heads busted. Don't even know. All right, where we at? Keep reading. Verse 8.
For the Son of Man is Lord, even on the Sabbath day.
Even of the Shabbat day. Meaning man wasn't made for the Sabbath. The Sabbath was made for man. The Sabbath serves man. You see what I'm saying? Like it was made for you so you can recharge your batteries. You wasn't made to serve it. It was made to serve you. Keep reading. What else it say?
And when he was departed thence, he went into their synagogue. And behold, there was a man which had his hand withered. And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath days? That they might accuse him.
They're asking him, is it lawful? Again, either it's lawful or unlawful to heal somebody on the Sabbath day. This man got a withered hand. Got a withered hand. You feel me? So it's like, is it a sin or is it lawful to do what's right? That they might accuse him. These are some rebellious Negroes. Go ahead. This is a no-brainer. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, What man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath day, will he not hold on it?
Lay hold on it.
Lay hold on it and lift it out.
You see that? Come on, verse 12.
How much then is a man better than a sheep?
Woo!
Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath
It
day.
is lawful to do well on the Sabbath day. How much more better is a man than a sheep? Like if your sheep in a hole, you Negroes is going to roll your sleeves back, take off your fancy garment, and go get your sheep out that hole that it fell into on the Shabbat day. But this man who's made in the image of the Most High can't be healed. You see the hypocrisy. You feel me? Y'all want to accuse him of breaking Shabbat for doing that which was right. But if your animal, if your beast was in a hole, you go free it from its iniquity. Or you go free it from its position that it's in. But this man can't be healed. Or what got him bound? He had a withered arm, like that one boy, the rap group, DJ Paul, Juicy J, one of them. Yeah, he got a little withered hand. You know what I'm saying? And the Messiah is basically exposing them for the hypocrisy, because through their tradition of how they are keeping the Shabbat day, they enforcing that on the people, their tradition. You feel me? They not going into the Shabbat day and showing all the scriptures he just ran through. Y'all ain't talking about David. Y'all ain't talking about how the priests profane the Sabbath every Shabbat day and the blameless. You know what I'm saying? I saw you last week go get your sheep out the hole on the Shabbat day. But this man, your brother, he can't be healed on the Shabbat day. It's lawful to do good. And see, that's the balance. How do you keep the Shabbat day? It's lawful to do good. You feel me? Emergencies come up. Sometimes folk have to work. Now, if you choosing to go to work, then that's a whole nother story. You tripping. But if they're forcing you to go to work, is it not good to take care of your family? Don't the script say a man got to provide? You got to provide for your family. If you're being forced to do it, that don't mean the Shabbat day change. But in your mind and your spirit, you keep it. Even when you say you got to be forced to go to the plantation, you got to be breaking off script to them folks. Your people working right next to you, like, look, this is what it is. If they don't want to hear it, then you keep it moving. But in your mind and your spirits, you keep it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference again than somebody that's choosing to, than somebody that's being forced to. You know what I'm saying? It's lawful to do good on the Shabbat day. Are we saying work on the Sabbath? No, we'll never teach nobody to do that. But what if you got a job and you got to provide for your family? You know what I'm saying? And the master ain't letting you off on the Shabbat day. Do you quit? That's the question. Do you quit? You know what I'm saying? And say that the hell with your family. You dig? Or do you go to the Most High and pray to the Most High that he turn the heart of this master, this devil that got you working? And in my case, I'm talking about the heathen turn redder than a stop sign. I got the call. You ain't even got to go back to work on those Sabbaths indefinitely. You see? So that's where we at with it. You got to learn balance with it. Again, I wouldn't be volunteering to go work nowhere on the Shabbat day, but if you're forced to, you know what I'm saying? I would pray to the Most High. I would even get my paperwork submitted. The HR, my religious beliefs, this, that, and the third. And leave it in the Most High hands. And watch how he work for you. You know what I'm saying? But it's lawful to do good on the Shabbat day. That's something that our people need to learn. To do good. To do good don't mean you out shopping. You know what I'm saying? To do good don't mean you out shopping, you out gossiping. You feel me? You out partying. You feel me? To do good is commandment keeping. To do good. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. Brothers go out to the streets on the Shabbat and teach. Nothing wrong with that. Brothers travel to go down to class and teach. Nothing wrong with that. Brothers do lessons. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's lawful to do good. You know what I'm saying? Help somebody out. Give them a ride. Whatever it may be. It's lawful to do good on Shabbat day. I think we got the gist of that. We ain't got to keep going. Now, yeah, read that verse 13. Verse 13, because he got healed.
Then said he to the man, stretch forth thine hand. And he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole, like as the other.
Read that verse 14 and 14 through 16.
Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against them, how they might destroy him.
Now, you want to destroy him from doing well and basically exposing y'all false doctrine. You want to destroy him for doing what is good on the Shabbat day. Trip off the hypocrisy of our people, man. And to this day, we got brothers that don't believe in the Messiah that would kill you if they could. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, the same Pharisee mindset is back in the earth with our people. You know what I'm saying? And it's deeper than just them pygmy Negroes in the church. Like, once you get into this Israelite thing, you start seeing there's a whole bunch of Pharisee spirits. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole bunch. People that still ain't put on the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, finish that up.
But when Jesus knew it, he withdrew himself from them. And great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all.
Yeah. Go ahead. So he knew they were trying to kill him, so he didn't get bow-legged in the shoulders. Yahweh didn't get bow-legged in the shoulders. At times, you got to learn how to slide. Duck your people. Like, let me get on about it. Yeah. But notice what he's doing. He's still healing folk. All right, go ahead.
And charge them that they should not make him known.
Yeah. See, so he, contrary to somebody else would be trying to say, I healed all them niggas. I did that. Nah, he like, look, don't even, he was real incog Hebrew in what he did. You know what I'm saying? Real incog Hebrew. Like, he was doing certain things, healing folk. Tell him, look, don't even kill nobody. You feel me? Just do the commands that the Most High commanded. You know what I'm saying? And they'll go out and spread the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell everybody else to where he couldn't openly enter into certain spots because his fame was spreading everywhere. But most of the time, he was telling people, look, don't even say nothing. Just go be obedient. Go and sin no more unless something worse happen to you. That's humility. Even though he deserved all the praise, he didn't even want it. He always gave it back to his father. Praise the Most High. You know what I'm saying? All right, look, let's go over to Matthew 28. Let's debunk this. We got a few more scriptures and we up out of here. But man, it's what it is. You want to study? Come on home. We're just going to end it. We're just going to do the Shabbat day. We can talk about the falsehood of that Kemet stuff later. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. Yeah, Matthew 28, 1 through 7. Nah. You can't be falling asleep.
I mean, you know, I want to like this.
You can't be falling asleep, woman.
I should go to sleep. I had to read. I could be eating right now.
Nah, you all good. You already ate. Sabbath meal already prepped. We all good. You all good. You want some of this juice right here?
Yeah.
Get you some of this juice.
What's up?
Little baby wide awake. Daddy baby. What's up with you, girl? You love your daddy, girl? Hanging all on your mama. Hey, you trying to give me drink this juice? I've been on this water lately. All right, Matthew 28 real quick. Matthew 28. We're going to read 1 through 6. We're going to disprove this, that the Messiah rose on Sunday. He didn't rise on the first day of the week. All right. This is Passover week. To really get the understanding on this, you got to just let the fam know you got to get to Passover week. Sabbath. You feel me? First day of unleavened bread is a Sabbath. The last day of unleavened bread is a Sabbath. And you got a weekly Sabbath. All within 7 days. So to understand that, and the preparation day, that's what the preparation day was when they killed the lamb. And then you go into the first day of unleavened bread, the 15th day of Abib. The lamb had to be killed by the evening of the 14th day, in which the Messiah was crucified. The day, as soon as the sun went down, that was the Sabbath. That don't mean it was Friday night. You feel me? That was the first day of unleavened bread, a high holy day. You had a weekly Sabbath coming up midway through the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And then the 7th day of Unleavened Bread is the Sabbath too. It's just days that he made high and holy. First and last day of the feast. It's the same with Tabernacle. You know what I'm saying? So you got people in the so-called Christianity mindset that'll read it was a preparation day of the Sabbath, and that's where the Good Friday thing come in. That's because they have no knowledge of the Most High's feast days. All right? So that's why they'll think Good Friday, here out here and say the end of the Sabbath, and then Sunday morning, and that ain't 3 days and 3 nights. That's a false doctrine. All right? Well, let's get there. Matthew 28, 1 through 6.
In the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week, came Mary Magdalene
Yep.
and the other Mary to see the sepulchre.
Yeah, the sepulchre or sepulchre. This is them coming to see what a Messiah had been laid to rest in. Notice the time frame. It's at the end of the Sabbath. All right? As it began to dawn toward the first day of the week. So it's the end of the Shabbat. You feel me? Which would be like Saturday night. But that time between that and when it started dawning. Because you get up during the day. When it started dawning toward the first day of the week. Feel me? Here come the Marys to where the Messiah was laid to rest. And he was laid to rest 3 days and 3 nights earlier, according to Matthew 12 and 40. Go ahead. What does it say?
And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven, and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it.
Right.
His countenance was like lightning,
Mm.
and his raiment white as snow.
Mm.
And for fear of him, the keepers did shake and became as dead men.
Hey, so I show you these angels don't look like my little baby over there.
Straight passed out.
Yeah, the angels are mighty angelic powers. To where most folks, when they see them, they get scared and lose strength. You know what I'm saying? So when you read angel in the Bible, our people still be thinking about Cupid with a pamper on my little beautiful baby right there. You know what I'm saying? Angels are powerful. Be in the presence of the Most High. They ain't nothing to play with. All right, go ahead.
And the angel answered and said unto the women, Fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Jesus, which was crucified.
Yahushua, the Messiah, which was crucified. Go ahead.
He is not here, for he is risen, as he said.
So he is what?
Risen.
Okay. He said he's rising?
Is that right?
I'm asking.
No, it's risen.
Risen.
So he already gone.
That's past tense. Now, they got there at the first, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week. So the angels say, you're looking for someone that's already gone. Huh? So he didn't rise on the first day. He rose at the end of the Shabbat day. You see what I'm saying? By the time they got to where he was laid to rest at, the angels say he already gone. That's past tense. They use this to get early Sunday morning rise service for Easter. But the angel, you listen to the language that the angel was talking, the angel said he already gone. You missed him. All right, go ahead.
Come see the place where the Lord lay.
That's what I just wanted to hit that real quick to prove that it wasn't Sunday that he rose. They got there on the first day of the week and he was already gone. All right. 2 more scriptures. We got Acts 17, 1 through 3. Well, 3 more scriptures. Acts 17. Acts 17 show you after his death, because some people will say, well, after his death, they didn't observe the Sabbath. Yeah, Acts 17, love. Acts 17. Let's read 1 through 3. Acts 17, 1 through 3. This is Shaul at Thessalonica. And wherever Paul went, he always went to the synagogues in that spot, showing you it was Israelites scattered all over in the whole world. Even when he was around on the Greek mainland and all that, Asia Minor, wherever he went into the synagogues. Why are there synagogues in these spots outside of Jerusalem? Because Israelites were living in these spots. You know what I'm saying? Some were acting as if they were native Greeks, and some were living as if they were Pharisees. He come to bring the truth to the situation. You know what I'm saying? About the truth about the Messiah which was crucified. Acts 17, 1 through 3. What does it say?
Now when they had passed through Amphipolis,
Yeah, whatever. No, man. Go ahead.
and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica,
Yeah.
where was a synagogue of the Jews.
So when you read Thessalonians, you see what I'm saying? The letter of Thessalonians was written to the synagogue in Thessalonica, to the believers. You know what I'm saying? And to prove Messiah, you got to go into the Old Testament to prove him. That's where these letters are sent to. They sent to the believers. What the believers are in the synagogue. Some believe and some don't believe. You know what I'm saying? And he'll go into there and he'll preach Messiah. And then some of the bros will roll with him. A lot of them won't. You know what I'm saying? Let's read.
And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the scripture.
And 3 Sabbath days. Huh? So that's 3 weeks in a row. He go right into their synagogue. And he talking to them about out the Torah about who the Messiah is. You see? So Paul keeping Sabbath. He keeping the Shabbat. He ain't coming up with no new day or nothing like that. That's what scriptures say on the first day of the week. You know what I'm saying? He got everybody together. You know, so you can worship whenever, but you see the Sabbath day is still what it is. And this is after the death of the Messiah. So we got before he was born, Sabbath, why he was born, he keeping the Sabbath day, going to the synagogues, and then after his death, Paul, he in the synagogues. So their argument that was nailed to the cross is a lie. Sabbath is still being kept. And our last scripture in Isaiah going to show it's going to be kept in eternity as well. See what I'm saying? So we got before the Messiah was born in the flesh, why he was here in the flesh, after he was here in the flesh, and then we're going to get into the kingdom and show it's still being observed. To where y'all got to where y'all switched it at. What scriptures you got? Read the next verse, then we're going to jump.
Opening and alleging that Christ must needs have suffered, and risen again from the dead, and that this Jesus whom I preach unto you is Christ.
Christ meaning Messiah, anointed. Jesus comes from the Hebrew word Joshua, the English word Joshua, which means Yahushua or Yahshua, which means he shall save. We saying he's the anointed Savior based off what the Torah and Tanakh is teaching. The one that was crucified under Pontius Pilate, he's the anointed Savior sent by the Father. Makes sense. Let's go to Hebrews 4 real quick. 1 through 11. We got Isaiah 66, 24 to 25. We'll end it. Hebrews 4. You over there, eyes all heavy. Yeah, you be alright. Yeah, you don't. You want to stop? We don't want to study.
I do. I ain't said nothing. I ain't said nothing.
You hear your mom over there, Marv? Look at Marv over there chilling.
You said right.
Hebrews 4, 1 through 11. And this is about the eternal rest, because the weekly Shabbat is just a microcosm, or I want to say a shadow of what's to come. Like your shadow of you that's on that page right now, it's not you, it's a reflection of you. You feel me? So the Sabbath is the reflection, right? The weekly Sabbath is the reflection. You are the image, the eternal thing that's coming. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference between, all right, we keep the weekly Sabbath, but it's not eternal rest. We still got to go back to work. We still got to get on the grind. You know what I'm saying? So this is just preparation for what's to come. All right? This is what this is going to get to. Hebrews 4, 1 through 11. Go ahead and get her done. Excuse me. Yeah, you all good. We good. Raw and uncut, baby, is what we do. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, switch the channel. Y'all be alright. It ain't even scripted. It's what we do. You know. Go ahead. What it say?
Let us therefore fear, lest the promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it.
So you can fall short of his rest. Right? We keep thinking Sabbath day, seventh day of the week. But we talking about the Lord's rest. Yahweh's rest. So let us fear unless you come short of his rest. Alright? What's his rest? Let's keep reading.
For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
So if you don't believe what's being preached, what's being preached won't profit you. And you fall short of entering into his eternal rest. And the them he talking about is our rebellious forefathers. Everybody didn't get to enter in because of unbelief. What was preached, the word that was preached, wasn't mixed with faith. And they didn't have strong conviction about what they heard, even though they saw so many miracles. How you see all these miracles and still don't believe? Crazy, yeah. But we see miracles every day and act the same way. Like why our Big J grandchildren ain't dead. You see what I'm saying? We just witnessed a miracle here in St. Louis. We did. And days later, hours later, everybody arguing about carnal matters that have nothing to do with nothing. We got short memories. We just seen a miracle. He just called me today and was like, the baby getting let out of ICU and everything. Took a bullet to the head. Miracles we see. But we so bullheaded. It's showing you we these people right here, man. We these people. Because you see miracles every day and still forget the Most High. That's a mindset we need to get rid of because we going to mess around and come short of His glory in doing that. We're going to miss His rest. Because we acting no different than our forefathers. Oh, yeah. What else was that?
For we which have believed do enter into rest, as He said, as I have sworn in my wrath, if they shall enter into my rest, although the works were finished from the foundation of the world.
The works were finished from the foundation of the world. You already know who's going to enter in and who ain't going to enter in. Go ahead.
For He spake in a certain place of the 7th day on the wise, and God did rest the 7th day from all His works.
Genesis, the 2nd chapter. Okay, go ahead.
And in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest, seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached entered not in because of unbelief.
No faith, unbelief. Go ahead.
Again, he limited a certain day, saying in David today, after so long a time as it is said, today if you will hear His voice, harden not your heart.
Harden not your hearts. Don't be bullheaded. Today, if you don't harden your hearts. Today, if you believe, you can be sealed and be promised to enter into His rest. But we can't be acting like our rebellious forefathers. All right, go ahead. What else is that?
For if Jesus had given them rest, then He would not afterward have spoken of another day.
Yeah.
There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God.
There still remains a rest for the people, the nation of Israel. There still remains a rest for the people of the Most High. Still. Even though you keep Shabbat every week. What you mean? You rest every week, right? So Shaul, who wrote Hebrews, was like, look, think deeper. There still remains a rest for the nation of Israel. There's still a rest coming. We're talking about eternal rest. All right, go ahead.
He also had ceased from His own works. No, I'm at 10. For he that is entered into His rest, he also had ceased from his own works, as God did from His.
You see? So if you really enter into eternal rest, it wouldn't be no more working. You feel me? The Most High ain't creating nothing after this 6th day. Ain't no new creation. You know what I'm saying? He ain't creating nothing new after the 6th day. So if you really was resting, you wouldn't have to go back to work in 48 hours. So the weekly Sabbath is just a shadow of the eternal rest that's coming. And just like you got to prep for the weekly Sabbath, you got to prep for the eternal rest that's coming. Don't get caught like everybody else left field, not preparing. You get there, you know what I'm saying, and can't enter in because you ain't been practicing, you ain't been prepping, you don't believe. You see? So he like, look, think on this thing on a higher level than this weekly thing we doing. We need to be prepping now to enter into the eternal rest. Makes sense. All right, go ahead. That's verse 11.
Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief.
Notice to say that rest. Lest any man fall after the same example of what? Unbelief. No faith. We got it all. Isaiah chapter, we got 66. Let's show the rest though. Isaiah and the kingdom over these heathens. All right. We got Isaiah 14, 1 through 6. And then hold Isaiah 66. 24 and 25. Because it said, yeah, Isaiah 14, because it said there still remains a rest for the people of the Most High, right? That's us. We are the people of the Most High. We can say it unapologetically without batting an eye. Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14, we're going to read 1 through 6. Hey, go ahead.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
Yeah.
And will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land.
Yeah. Come on.
And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Yeah. So Israel's not in his own land. When this all go down, when you read the end of chapter 13, it's about the fall of Babylon. America is definitely a part of the Babylonian construct. Make no mistake about it. You know what I'm saying? After Babylon collapses, the Most High going to have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel and set us in our own land. And there's going to be believing strangers cleaving to us. Going with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's read.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place.
Yeah.
And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
They're going to be the Gentile, the strangers that cleave unto us. They will be having possession of us in our land as servants and handmaids. Our servants. Like you, they servant now. You understand? These will be believing servants. There ain't going to be no clansmen. Y'all lake of fire for them. Ain't going to be no Dylan Storm roofs. Lake of fire for them. You see what I'm saying? None of these pigs killing our people in the streets, lake of fire for them. But believing of the other nations. All right, go ahead. What else to say?
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. They shall rule over their oppressors.
We're going to rule over our oppressors. This is about the kingdom. All right, come on.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest.
To give thee who?
Rest.
That there still remains a rest for the people of God. It's that rest it's talking about. All right? The Lord shall give thee rest. Go ahead.
From thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve.
The hard bondage. That's that slavery. That's that degradation. That's that Jim Crowism. That's the raping of our women, the castrating of our men. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord give us rest from all this hell we kept catching in the streets, getting gunned down, the Mike Browns, the Tamir Rice, you know what I'm saying? The Trayvon Martins, the Freddie Graves, you know what I'm saying? It's the Sandra Bland. It's so many. It's so many. You know what I'm saying? My boy Philando Castile. You know, it's so many. To where you can't even name everybody. Oscar Grant now, man. When the Most High give us rest from this beast, you understand? We're going to enjoy it. So, finish that off down to 6, and we're going to get this last 2 verses, and we done.
That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased.
See, so this proverb is a taunting speech. In other words, we're going to be joning on them. Dang, you finally failed, huh, Mr. and Mrs. Heathen? You finally failed. All right, go ahead.
The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked.
That's right.
And the
scepter
of the ruler.
The rulership of them. You feel me? Go ahead.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Yeah.
He that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered.
Verse 7.
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet.
Yeah.
They break forth into sanctuary.
Beautiful. You see that? So when this heathen beast come down, we're going to be singing. Earth going to be quiet, going to be at rest. Isaiah 66, 24 and 25. Let's get up out of here. Isaiah 66, 24 and 25. Shout out to the mother and 7 sons as well. Shebrew and her sons been making us these shirts, the horse's bridle shirt right here. You know what I'm saying? Check the description box and you see order and information. The sister and her sons do excellent work. Excellent work. You You know what I'm saying? Y'all support the sister and what she's doing out here. You know what I'm saying? For the nation of Israel. They make some bomb shirts that you can walk around with your culture on it, and very unique. You know what I'm saying? Better than giving your money to these sodomite designers. Got you wearing all type of demonic regalia. Alright, what that say? Isaiah 66?
Yeah, you said 24.
Isaiah 66, 23 and 24. Read 22 to 24. Not bad.
For as the new heaven and the new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, saith the Lord, so shall your seed and your name remain.
See, they're talking about us. We ain't going nowhere. Israel is forever. Alright, go ahead. 23.
And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another,
Ooh,
shall
from
all
one who?
Sabbath
Wow.
to another.
Wow. Come on.
Shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord.
This is forever. We talking about new heaven, new earth, new moon to another, new Sabbath to another. All flesh gonna have to come in reverence for the Most High. So we got the Sabbath day before the Messiah creation, before the Messiah was born, in the wilderness, coming out of Egypt, while he was in the flesh, after he was in the flesh, right? Once Israel is redeemed and we resting from our hard bondage in the kingdom forever. The Shabbat day is still being taught, still being observed. You see? So we just went on a whole journey, love. Finish that off.
And they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me.
Woof.
For their worms shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched.
That's that lake of fire.
They shall be an abhorring unto all flesh.
See? And they're going to be those that have transgressed against the Most High. So we're going to look on their carcasses. The worm ain't going to die and the fire ain't going to be quenched. They're going to be abhorring to all flesh. See? So it makes sense. Shabbat, you get some understanding. Like, Shabbat day and then how to observe it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath day. We're not robots. The Sabbath was actually made to serve us.
I watched that video y'all did a few years back.
Yeah, this is all about the understanding. You understand? So, all praise. So, with that being said, all praise to the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, honor and glory of his only begotten beloved Son, children over his sleep, little baby up, Ree up on her way out. It's almost midnight. I'm finna be up. I'm out. I'm finna be up studying a little taste, meditating. Nah, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be on her way out. Once again, shout out to the mother and 7 sons. Order and information is in the description box. MELCHIZEDEKmedia.com if y'all like what y'all hearing, from the honor and humility camp. Register on up with your email. All your support and donations is greatly appreciated. We're going to keep pushing this word. Honor, humility, STL, SECT of the NAZARENE, Order of MELCHIZEDEK, the Heavenly Priesthood, Hebrew Israelite Radio Network. Once again, the most dangerous talk show on the planet. Every first day of the week, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. My elders, Brother Jacob Israel, Brother Daniel Solomon, and your humble servant, Malachi Maccabee, MrHebrew1.com. Over 800,000 listeners worldwide and being currently mirrored in over 122 countries on the planet. And there's only 191 of them. So that's over 2/3 of the countries that's on this earth are copying our radio station because of the traffic that's coming through there. They can put their promotions in their language on their channels, but guess what? I mean, they can put their promotions on the channel or the website they're copying off us. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? It's leaving them without an excuse. So that means that the radio station is being translated in all type of languages. So this work is getting done. All praises once again to Yahweh El Shaddai, Yahweh El Elyon, the Most High Power of all powers, in the name and glory of his only begotten beloved Son, long live the King, Yahoo, Shalom.